My next guest is a beautiful and talented actress from Australia with a huge father. She stars as Nikita in the series La Femme Nikita, which airs Monday nights on the USA Network. He's keeping an eye. All the guys are like back there, and he's like, get out of here, little bastard.
No, no.
Please welcome the lovely, the beautiful Peta Uilson.
I'm done.
I like them pushing 40, so you're definitely too old for me.
I'm hip. Yeah, well,
Pushing 40, he's towing 40. Do you like the glasses? He thought he thought he could pick you up with those.
It's very smooth, it's cool.
I'll keep them on then.
It's better.
Is your father? Dad, you like them? Okay.
Dad's in shock right now.
What did I say wrong?
No, nothing. He just flew 30 hours on a plane from Australia. He's still awake. And
he just came over.
Yeah,
oh, that's
just
great.
arrived.
Now, where exactly in Australia are you from?
I'm from all over the place. Army brat, nothing fancy, gypsy kid.
Oh, okay. So your dad was in the Australian.
Australian Army. Lived in New Guinea for a few years, and pretty well went from army town to army town all over Australia. A lot of fun.
Now, Peta, I don't know. Is that an Australian name? I'm not familiar with it.
Well, it's not really an Australian name. In Italian, it means pity.
Right.
And Greek, it means stoned and drunk. We prefer the Australian version, which was that it means Miss Australia 1970. So that's who I was named after.
Oh, well, that's pretty good. Well, there you go. Well, that's pretty good.
And my mother, my father was out in bush playing army games, and I believe Mum had me, and he wasn't around, so he thought he had a boy. So he came into town thinking that he had a boy, and it was actually a variation of Peta, Peta or something, and my father changed it to Peta. So that was
I assume now he's up to speed on the boy, on the gender issue.
Yeah, well, the last couple of years he's starting to see, you know, and now, today especially.
Were you a rebellious kid? I mean, you seem like you'd be a rebellious kid.
I was never naughty. A little bit.
I'm just kidding.
No, I am a little itchy.
Yeah.
You make me nervous, Richard.
Really?
Yeah, you're making me nervous, man.
Why?
No, I was a bit rebellious. At school, I was a little naughty.
Now, did you get in trouble much in school?
Yeah, you just can't help it.
No.
No, I did actually. I remember being particularly naughty one day. There was a...
Jay, I swear to God, I'm sitting here like a monk. What do you want?
He's quite old.
Okay.
I love monks, don't get me wrong.
No, there was a particular time... There was a burping competition that was happening preschool. I went to a Catholic...
A burping competition?
Yeah, it was a Catholic girls' school.
Now, I don't know much about Catholicism. Is burping a big part of...
Well, it's not really, but you see, I went to new schools every 6 months just about, so I'd kind of like want to fit in. So this particular morning, the girls were playing this burping game, who could do the loudest burp, and I could not get one going. I was trying, and nothing was coming. So we went into benediction, and we're sitting there, and the father rings the bell, and all of a sudden, this huge belch comes out, and it's me, and I'm dragged out and sort of expelled the first week at school.
Oh,
so,
not good.
You know, so I was a little rebellious. I did a few other things. I talked a lot in class.
Did you do the whole Catholic girls' school out with the...
Yeah. There was a game of elastics one day we played, and...
Now, what's elastics?
Elastics is a game that girls play, and they use dressmaking elastic, and one stands in one corner, 3 of you.
Yeah.
And it was banned the day that I was sick.
Now, what's the idea? To jump?
You jump. It's like high jumping elastic.
Oh, I see. So just
and
hold
you put it here, and you put it here, and you put it all the way up to your forehead.
Okay.
So the day I was sick, it was banned, and this particular girl, Karen, was not very pleasant to me, and she said, "We want to see if you can jump higher than us." So I said, "Of course I can." I jumped. And I did it. The bell rings. Sister Coloured Sandshoes, or Coloured Sandshoes as she used to call her, calls me down. And I am put up in front of the entire school and given a lashing in front of 600 students for doing it. I'm trying to say, "Sister, I was sick. I wasn't here." And it just wasn't working. The more I spoke, the more I was smacked.
Well, let's go back to the lashing. This sounds...
I know.
You know, I think I saw this on cable once, actually. Now, did you ever want to be a nun? Because most young Catholic girls at some point want to be a nun.
No, I never wanted to be a nun.
No, you don't want to be a nun.
No. I didn't really... The nuns scared me. We used to, like, try and... I shouldn't really say this because they might watch, but we used to sneak into the nunnery in lunch hour just to see what they looked like with all the habits and things on. And it was kind of frightening.
Now, if you'd gotten caught, that would be like a huge offense.
Huge offense.
Yeah, but you never got caught.
Very dangerous, very exciting.
Well, you have been caught now, young lady, and I'm afraid... No. So what kind of pets do you have in Australia? I don't
have any pets at the moment, but in Australia, actually, my mother used to work in a local hotel, and she would constantly bring home these weird pets. So at one particular point, we had a Great Dane called Herman, lovely dog, not too bright. Yeah. We had a goat because Mum was sick of cutting the grass. The goat ate everything but the grass and lived on the trampoline, including the washing. And this particular year, she said, that's it, we're gonna fatten up our own pigs. Well, she brings home wild boar that you can't eat and you can't catch, so all the floors are scratched. So we had all these kinds of weird pets. In New Guinea, my father bought us a pet crocodile, which we had for a couple of days until it got into the neighbor's pool, and we were
Now, a pet
harassed.
crocodile, it seems like, how old were you when your dad brought you? That seems like a dangerous pet.
4 or 5.
Is a pet, I mean, when they see a lump this big in the middle of the crocodile...
No, it was only about that long, and it lived in our pool, which was half of a...
But isn't that a dangerous pet for a 4-year-old?
Not really. We just looked at it and played with it and fed it meat.
Fed it meat?
You know. It's New Guinea. Things like that, it's normal there.
Well, let me ask you about La Femme Nikita. Now, obviously, this show is based on the movie, and you play an assassin, right?
An assassin.
Okay.
She's kind of like Liza Doolittle meets Mr. Magoo meets Get Smart.
You do your own stunts in this thing?
Most of them.
Because it seems like this is a very physical show.
Well, I do as many as they let me do.
Yeah.
I do all the fight sequences. I'd like to do more stunts. I try and sneak them by when they're not looking, but, you know, the producers come on set and...
Now, do you ever get injured? I mean, does that happen?
Yeah, I did once or twice. I'm a little clumsy. It was one particular day. It was the last day before Christmas, and everyone was hurrying up and getting out of there, and there was a director who asked me, you know, it's a scene, I'm being dragged into a forest, I'm supposed to be someone's daughter that I'm not, it's this stuff, and I'm put against a tree, and there's a stunt guy there, and I hit the tree, and I'm being punched. Now, the director says, cut! Look, I don't really feel you hit the tree. And I'm like, I don't have eyes in the back of my head, man. I'm hitting the tree. I'm telling you, I'm hitting the tree. Yeah. He said, well, can you just make it more aggressive? It's all right. And I go back, and I walk back in, and he says, and the stunt guy, you know, help her out with you. So the stunt guy throws me against a tree. I'm bashed against a tree. I'm seeing stars and all kinds of things. And the director says, that is so amazing. And I'm looking at him, I cut. It's the first time, probably the last time I'll ever do it. I cut, I can't do this. And I'm like walking off into the forest, seeing stars. And
did you get a concussion?
I got concussion, and...
It was time for Jew Man. I'm just kidding. I would have come right in and saved you.
You don't care, really.
I do care. I would have saved you. I'm from crying.
You were waiting for a moment. You were waiting for
No, don't psychoanalyze me. I got to go in an hour.
So, yeah, I wake up, and there I am with the attendants, the ambulance guys, and 20 minutes later, I'm working again.
But you look good now, and that's the important thing.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you. Do you know Michael Flatley?
No.
I want to check it out. Stick around. Be right back right after this. Peter Wilson, be right back with Michael Flatley.